Hello everybody, I want to show you with this video 10 first things to do for the Samsung Galaxy A14 5G. And the first thing I want to show you is the pretty large screen and so on. You cannot reach everything, but there's a way to make the screen a bit smaller by just swiping down the home button. And you have that mini screen here right now. Pretty cool. But don't wonder if it doesn't work at you right now because you have to enable this feature first. Let me show you how you can do that. For that, just scroll down here, tap here on the symbol for the settings. Then you need to scroll down to the point Advanced Features, and you will find the point One-Handed Mode. And just tap here to enable it, so that's marked blue and it's enabled. And whenever you swipe down then the home button, you have that mini screen. And now you can easily navigate here, and you can even play games here on the screen and so on. So a pretty nice tool. By the way, with this little bar you can move the positions also to another position here on the screen that it really fits the position of your thumb, or you can even put it also on the other side if you're left-handed and so on. So a pretty nice feature. And by the way, whenever you finish with and you have both hands available, then just tap here on the outside and you're back in the regular mode. Yeah, the next feature I want to show you is also pretty nice because often you need a notification panel to see your previews here, or if you have messages and so on. But especially if you use your phone with one hand and so on, you cannot reach so easily the notification panel here. But there's a way with the power button. If you just swipe it down, you will have your notification panel. If you swipe it up, it will disappear. But also this feature you have to enable first. Let me show you how you can do that. For that, just scroll down here, tap here on the symbol for the settings. Then we need to go again to the point Advanced Features, and you will have the point Motions and Gestures. And you will find the point below Finger Sensor Gestures. There's just one, and this thing here you have to enable it, so that's marked blue, like in my case now. Okay, that means whenever you swipe down now here the fingerprint sensor, so on the power button, just swipe it down easily. Then you will have the notification panel, just swipe it up and it will disappear. The next feature I want to show you is you can easily split the screen. And that means that you can maybe watch something here on top, maybe a video, and below you're surfing on a website or writing something and so on. Let me show you what I mean. So let's open maybe here YouTube to follow our example, and then take two fingers and swipe them from below to the middle. And you have split the screen. And now I can choose here an app and just open it. And you have now below here, maybe also our example, the web browser, and here on top you are having YouTube. Okay, but don't wonder if this feature doesn't work at you right now, because you have to enable also this feature first. So just scroll down here, tap here on the symbol for the settings. Then you need to scroll down again to the point Advanced Features, and you will find on top a point named Labs. So, and I would recommend to you to enable these both points here. Swipe for pop-up view and swipe for split screen. So that means whenever, let's go back to our example maybe, to YouTube. That means whenever you take now the two fingers from below to the middle, you have splitted the screen. And now you can choose, as I've told you, an app here below. Maybe let's continue with the internet browser here. And also you can change the sizes of the windows here by tapping here on the 3 points. Go then a bit below, then you have more space here for YouTube here on the top, and less space here for the Internet Explorer. Now you can also swipe up here, then it's the opposite, and you have below a bit more space, and on top less space. So a pretty nice feature. And if you say, okay, I just want to use YouTube, then just swipe down here and you're having YouTube, or if you want to have the web browser, just swipe up and you have only done the web browser, so the window below. A pretty nice tool. And as I've recommended to you before, not only enable here the split screen mode, enable also the pop-up view mode. So this one here. So, and that means maybe if you want to have a window on the pop-up view, maybe let's change to YouTube again here. If you want to open YouTube in a pop-up view, so just swipe here from the corner, slowly to the middle, and you can see already this little window here. Now we have a small little pop-up window. So if I use the bar here, I can put it on another position. Pretty nice. And if I tap here on the bar, I have also the options later to make it on the full screen, the arrows here, or I can close it with the X and so on. So a pretty nice mode. Yeah, the next feature I want to show you is for your mental health, because we are all having times we don't want to be disturbed and so on, and then no one bothers us, maybe if we are sleeping. Sometimes there are coming unnecessary notifications or some notifications for some new messages or unnecessary calls sometimes. Let me show you how you can prevent that. So just scroll down here, then scroll down a second time here in the icons, and we will have some more options here for the shortcuts, and we are having here also a second page, and the part of the second page is here the point do not disturb. If I enable this feature, I don't see the calls, so the calls are coming through, but I don't see them. Also, I don't see new notifications. Maybe if someone is sending you a new message. Okay, let me show you now how you can make it more specific right now, because if you tap now here on the written word do not disturb, then you have here the point details, and now you can set up this feature a bit better, because that you don't have to enable it by your own. You can schedule it here that you have a basic sleeping time, and you can add also some other days here where you want. Okay, now you can make it a bit more specific. If you tap here on the written word, do not disturb. Tap on the written word, do not disturb, and then just tap here on details. And now you can set up some options here made to schedule it, that it's always enabled automatically, that you don't have to enable it always by your own. So maybe in sleeping time here, or you can add also some other days here with the plus, and you can give some exceptions. If you say, okay, I want to have calls from someone specific, which one comes always through, maybe from your children or from your parents and so on. Or you can enable also this feature here. If someone is calling within 15 minutes, it is maybe important, and then this call will come through. And you can give also permissions to the app notifications, or also here to alarms and sounds. Now actually by default alarms and sounds are enabled so that the alarm rings in the morning. So this is by default already set up. If you don't want to have that, you can disable it here as well. So a pretty nice mode. Okay, let's go a bit further, because there are different situations on the day. May you need another profile for night, if you're sleeping, than on the day if you're maybe at work and some colleagues needs to reach you, or you need some app notifications for your work. So let me show you how you can make this do not disturb mode a bit more specific again at the different situations. So for that, just scroll down here, scroll down a second time, then go on the second page, and here we will find a nice point, modes. And here we have several options here for your sleeping time, if you're driving, if you are in the gym, at the gym, or if you have a bit me time, or if you are at work. So just tap here on work. So let's follow our example, and then go on start, and here you can set up when this feature should be turned on automatically. So at a certain place, so if you have may always the same place where you're working, then select the first point, or if you work sometimes there, then take the second one, because then you can set up here as time period. I have done it here already. You can set up a start and end time, you can choose the days and so on. So pretty nice. Good, and after I'm done, then go here on next. And now you could choose what should happen then. You can enable the do not disturb mode, and you can select here also some exceptions for calls and messages, or some exceptions for app notifications. Can you see that? And then just go here on next. And you can choose also something next to, if you want to change the sound mode and the volume. If you want to have, if you work in a very loud area, maybe you can increase the volume here. Or if you want to have the power saving mode at this time, because you don't need your phone so often there, Then you can enable also a power saving mode, or if you want to have opened an app or another action here on the phone immediately if you are at this place or at this time for your work. Then after, just go on done, and you've enabled now your work time mode. So pretty nice. Later you can set it up, of course, here again, if something has changed or something like this, or you want it a bit more specific again, maybe if you're having a new colleague and want to give them an exception and so on, you can do that. A pretty nice mode. The next feature I want to show you is also for the hairs, but more for the eyes, because we are looking all too often on our smartphone screen. That's nothing new. And you can set up here a blue light filter that is reducing the eye strain. So let me show you what I mean. So just scroll in here, then scroll in again the second time, and go on the second page. There are very nice things, by the way, like this eye comfort shield here. Just tap on it and you can see that the color of the screen has changed a bit. It has a bit yellow touch right now. And here I would recommend to go on the written words eye comfort shield, because you can change the opacity of this color temperature. You can make it a bit more warm or make it a bit more colder, but as more warm it is, as better it is for your eyes. And if you say you don't want to have that here on the day, I recommend this to you to have it at latest in the evening hours, because it affects also your sleep in a positive way. So if you say, okay, you don't want to have this yellow touch here on the day, then make it at minimum in the evening hours. So just go here on details, and go on set as scheduled, and go then here from sunset to sunrise. And then when the sun sets, the blue light filter will turn on, and if the sun rises, the blue light filter will turn off. Another nice feature which one supports you in the evening hours and in the night is a dark mode, because a very bright screen is also not so nice if everything is dark around you. I think you had this thing maybe one day, a very bright screen in a dark area is not that comfortable. And you can enable a dark theme for that. So also just scroll in here, scroll down a second time, go on the second page, and you will have the moon symbol. Just tap on the moon, and then the screen will turn into a dark theme. And now it's more easy in the night. But on the day it's not that comfortable, because our eyes, especially if this is a very bright day and if there's a lot of sunlight, you can't read so well here the display screen. And that's also not good for the eyes. So this is why I recommend this feature here only for the evening hours at the night. And for that also just tap here on the written word dark mode, go here on details, and that you don't have to turn it on and off by your own. Just set it up automatically here. Turn on as scheduled. Means also if the sun sets, it will turn on. If the sun rises, it will turn off. Another nice feature also for our eyes is something very simple, because we're having a large screen here, and why not increasing the text size? That is also more comfortable for our eyes. Let me show you how I can change that. So just scroll in here, tap here on the symbol for the settings. Then you need to scroll down to the point display. And here we have the point font size and style. So you can change the size of the text. So I've increased it already with one level, because then you can follow the video better, by the way. And I would recommend to you to choose your one of the middle, but don't increase it too much, because this have the disadvantage that you can't read well the notifications anymore, because it's too large then. So just go here on one of the points here in the middle if you want to enlarge the text size, and it's pretty nice. By the way, you can also go here on screen zoom and can also increase the sizes of the icons. So if you tap here, then you increase also the icon sizes here. Also pretty nice. And you should do that. It is better for your eyes. Okay, the next thing I would recommend to you to change is something for the flashlight. It's pretty nice to have a flashlight here on the phone, but you can increase the brightness. Let me show you how you can do that. So just scroll down here, and then you will always see the symbol for the flashlight or the torch. Scroll down here again, and you have some more icons as we have learned already. And here also just tap here on the written word torch or flashlight. And if you enable the torch or flashlight, you can increase now the brightness level. So I would recommend it to you, and you see you have a much brighter flashlight. Pretty nice. And if you're really needing a flashlight, then a more bright one is most of the time much better. And we're already at the last point, and this is a very important point, especially during these times. You can save energy with the phone. So we had a topic already a bit in the previous modes, so we can enable a power saving mode. Let me show you how you can do that. So just scroll in here, scroll in a second time, and then we have here the power saving mode. With that, we reduce the CPU speed, disable something in the background, and decrease also a bit the brightness here of the screen. So I would recommend to you to tap here on the written word, power saving. Go in details, and you can set it up a bit more detailed. So let me turn it off first, and you can choose now if you want to decrease the screen brightness here by 10% and so on. I would recommend to you to enable this feature here, like I did, with limited CPU speed, because you don't need the full speed all the time. And there's another nice tool here in the power saving mode to limit, the limit app and home screen. Because if I enable this here, let me show you what happens then. So let's turn the power saving mode on. And we have an ultra power saving mode right now. With limited apps, you can add also some other apps and so on. And this power saving mode will stay, by the way. So you can really select now your apps, like in my case previously WhatsApp and Facebook and so on. And yeah, pretty nice. And the screen time is limited here to 15 seconds, and so much more is disabled here in the background, something what you don't need. And it really increases the battery life often for more than 3 times. So this is really a mode you should enable, because this mode can also save your life one day, especially if you have just a few percent and you need to go a long time again with your phone. So really think about, set it up like this, and it can save your life one day. Okay, if you want to exit it, if you have energy available again, just tap here on the 3 points and go on turn off power saving mode, and you're always back then to the regular mode. Nothing is erased or something like this. It's just another interface here. So a pretty nice one. Yeah, I hope I could help you with this video and show you some nice tips and tricks here for your setup. And yeah, maybe if you want, you can leave me a nice comment or give me some thumbs up. That would be very helpful for my videos. Thank you so much for. And yeah, I've created also some other videos if you're interested in, with some more tips and tricks and so on. Or you can also subscribe me if you haven't done it before. Thank you so much for your support, and yeah, maybe until next time. Ciao.